Hello, good afternoon. It's Pastor Malcolm in the afternoon. It has been a long time since I have recorded one of these, and I was just thinking I'm probably going to an awful lot through this because I'm out of practice. Regardless, I am issuing an invitation. I am inviting you to come back home to Westminster United Methodist Church at Center&Main. Many of us throughout these last 2 years, and I was thinking about that, it is 2 years since COVID was initially started all the way over in Wuhan and proceeded to start a journey that affected all of our lives. November in 2019, they suspect, was the first case. Now, 2 years into this, we have proven that we can pivot on a spot. We can start to stream services. We can all settle into our self-isolation. We can even wear masks when we don't want to wear masks. We can do a lot of things that we never thought we would have to do as a community of faith. But now, 2 years into this, in November 2021, we're returning back here. In fact, we've been returning back here at Center&Main for much of this year. We started back with the opportunity for in-person worship, and we had some challenges in the process of that. We were not singing congregationally. We were asking everybody to be masked. We were encouraging everybody to be set apart. And we followed a lot of rules. We registered our attendance to make sure that people knew that we would be coming on Sunday morning, and we even had to restrict our attendance on Sunday morning sometimes because we could only let a certain number of people come into the space. Throughout all the time since we have returned to in-person worship, we have only had to cancel one service because we thought we had an exposure to COVID-19. That's pretty good record for what we have been doing here at Center&Main. The Reentering Well team has worked very hard over these many months, and we've had many people who have stepped up to help continue to lead all elements of our worship. And we have even started back to some Sunday school options, including adult Sunday school in September. We now have the opportunity to sing vocally in worship as well as signing. We also have an opportunity to come and to be present with one another. We no longer require people to register their attendance prior to worship. We do ask people to register their attendance when they check in with us here at Center&Main or throughout the week so that we can just keep a tab on who's been present and active in the community. We have done a lot of things that have pivoted and changed in these last 2 years. And now it's time to come home. And what better time than this coming Sunday? This coming Sunday, we celebrate All Saints. All Saints is a celebration that the church has recognizes those people who have been faithful all their lives long and now rest from life's labors. We also acknowledge that All Saints recognizes you and I as saints of the church as well. And so this Sunday, we have an opportunity to come and lift up the names of those people who have passed from this life to life eternal, to bring pictures and mementos in as well, to share those and to remember. We'll celebrate communion, which will also be very special. Now, we do all that still in a very safe manner, not sharing a common cup, but actually having individually packaged communion elements. I know that some people haven't come back to church for a variety of reasons. Some people actually are immune compromised, and they really can't risk being present in an enclosed space. Even in our enclosed space, we run the air the entire time, even in the winter months, to keep the air circulating. We also make sure that people still try to honor a little bit of space between one another. What I'm trying to say is that we have done everything possible to make a hospitable and welcoming environment. And while some still need to stay home because they are immune compromised, and we will continue to stream services because not only are we streaming to those people who have health conditions that prohibit them from coming to worship, we have some people who are shut in, who don't travel around as much as they used to. And we have people who have moved off and out of our area who have re-engaged with our community of faith, and they watch us religiously each and every single week. Throughout this COVID season, We have actually used the tag that the church is not a place that you go to. The church is who you are and where you are. And I honestly believe that this is the truth. We needed to hear this phrase while we were going through this COVID pandemic season, and we couldn't come to Center&Main. We need to remind ourselves that the church is not this building that's sitting at the corner of Center&Main. It's us, wherever we are, whenever we are. But there is an aspect that we do need to remind ourselves, and that is that we are told by Scripture not to neglect in coming together. When Paul issued forth this proclamation, he was concerned that as the body kind of separated and people got involved in their normal routines and the normal elements of life and whatever it was, because they were new believers, they would slowly fall away. And there is something that we need to also acknowledge, and that is that church is not a place you go to. Church is the people that all gather together in a place where we have what is called corporate worship. And corporate worship is something we do in person together. Yes, we can watch worship or watch other people worshiping, and we may even be drawn into that element as devotion. But in all truthfulness, it's not corporate worship when we're watching it on the TV. It's not that that's a complaint. It's not me saying, I want you to listen to me because I know that you can listen to me at home. It's that we're robbed from your presence. We don't feel you being part of us when you're watching a screen in your own place. And that's why corporate worship is enriched when the body, the community, the church, the people come together to worship God, to give praise and to thanksgiving. And there cannot be any better day than to come back to church than All Saints Sunday, this coming Sunday at 10:30. I will tell you that we are already planning now that children ages 5 and older can actually receive the vaccine. We are so excited because we're going to be starting back our Vacation Bible School Sunday School program for elementary school children beginning on the first Sunday of Advent. We know that not all children may have had their vaccinations by that point in time, but we hope that they will and their parents will find a way in which they can participate. We will be masking, and that is important for the adults and the children that are present on those Sunday mornings. We will have engaging activities, fun worship, and children will walk out feeling as though they have learned something. On November 28th is going to be the first Sunday of our elementary Sunday school program. And we're going to invite for you, parents and children, and maybe even grandparents to come as we learn and we celebrate what Advent is all about. So, as your pastor, as your friend, and also as someone who is concerned about your connection with the community of faith, I want to invite you. I want to plead with you. I want to encourage you to come back and join us here for worship at Center&Main. Some of your faces I have truly missed. It's not the same looking over in some of the pews where families sat. And I know that they're about, and I know that stuff is going on, and I know and I hear that, well, maybe you haven't found a place to worship yet. If you found some place, great. If you haven't, then come back home. It's time. We hope to see you here at Center&Main this coming Sunday and in the coming weeks. For now, I'm Pastor Malcolm in the afternoon. God bless everyone. Hope to see you Sunday.